These are the caves in the Sacromonte Mountains in Granada, Spain. It honestly feels magical up here. You get a sense of freedom, almost like you're on another planet. The first time I came up here, I wanted to know everything about it. I was told people have lived here for centuries and that this area helped influence the creation of flamenco music. So it got me thinking, why are these caves here? Who made them? What was it like living in one? And how did these caves influence the creation of flamenco? I soon found out that its history has a rather dark side, but something amazing would come out of it. These caves would help change the future of Spanish culture forever. So how important is flamenco in Granada? Well, I could just tell you, but I can also show you. Flamenco is everywhere, and to the people of Granada, it means everything. Street vendors play flamenco. Dancers dance flamenco. Singers sing flamenco. The dress shops, they sell flamenco dresses. There are even guitar shops that specialize in only making flamenco-style guitars. This is Rodrigo. He is a talented flamenco guitarist. We met right here at the Mirador de San Nicolas, overlooking the Alhambra.
Well, you got the Alhambra at the back of you, so it's never, you don't run out of inspiration, and you get all these people enjoying that brings you up, you know?
And the Alhambra is actually where this story starts. It will help us understand why these caves are here and their connection to flamenco. But to understand this, we must go back in time. The year is 1457, and this is the city of Granada. Granada wasn't always Spanish. Because of its close proximity to Africa, Muslims came from the south and ruled Granada, known as the Nasrid Kingdom. While they ruled, they created this, the Alhambra, as a military zone. The kingdom would flourish for over 2 centuries in Granada. However, even with the higher ground advantage of the Alhambra, their lack of artillery left them vulnerable, and another big power knew it. Catholic monarchs in northern Spain joined forces and marched south, marking the final act in the Reconquista to drive out the Muslims. The war would last for years, and thousands of lives were lost. However, the city of Granada and the Alhambra were finally seized by the Christians in 1492. So who was in Granada at this point? Well, it wasn't just the Christians. There were some Muslims who refused to leave, known as the Moors and Moriscos. There was also a Jewish population. And once the Christians took over, there was a new group of people introduced known as the Roma. These were people who immigrated from northern India who spoke Romani. So at this point, Granada was a huge melting pot. However, this was a problem for the Christians because they wanted Christian unity, which led to the Spanish Inquisition. Many Moors, Jews, and Roma were faced with the choice of baptism or even death. Thousands were tortured and killed. However, a small population fled into the mountainside of Granada known as Sacromonte, in search of a new life free from Christian oppression. Welcome to the Sacromonte Caves, where many Roma and Moors lived. They dug into the mountainside and made these caves. This is what these caves looked like 100 years ago. But as you can imagine, they were even more bare and basic when the Roma arrived in Granada back in the 1500s. They were farmers and lived off the land, using anything they could to survive. They painted the caves with natural lime to keep the caves cool during summers and warm during the winters. They were known for metalwork, basket work, pottery, and in the kitchen, their most common dish, cabbage stew. You can see how the condition of the Sacromonte Caves vary. This area has been more modernized, while this area remains more rustic. But it's all part of the flamenco culture of Sacromonte. Now, it wasn't cabbage stew that made this area famous. Rather, the music. Now, there is so much history to flamenco, but what exactly did the Moors and Roma of Granada bring? Well, the Moors brought zambra, which is a style of flamenco, and it originated right in this neighborhood, commonly known for barefoot dancing and castanets. These are castanets, and zambra sounds like this. Also, the style of flamenco singing called cante jondo first appeared in a Roman neighborhood, which sounds like this. It's crazy. You can hear the pain in the singer's voice. And the first singers of flamenco, whose names we know were all Roma, which points without a doubt to their fundamental role in the initial creation of flamenco. Now I want you to feel the emotion of what the Sacromonte Caves are all about. Let's go to a show. Amazing, right? You can really feel the emotion and intensity of this music. But this is just scraping the surface. And like I said, there is a ton of history with other Jewish, Arab, and Christian influences playing a role. Now, above all else, it's important to note that the creation of flamenco is beyond cultural differences and rather a human situation, which joins together members of different social groups that oftentimes reflect past suffering, neglect, pain, fear, and isolation. Anyone who listens to flamenco today can hear how these people have turned past tragedies into something beautiful.
It's a bigger connection than talking or touching. It's almost mystic.
Gracias, mi querido público. Ahora vamos a colaborar un poquito.
Thanks for tuning in. Hope you learned a lot and enjoyed listening to some awesome flamenco music. I had an amazing time out there. Thank you so much to Rodrigo and everyone else that helped in the creation of this film. It was a tremendous amount of help, so thank you, thank you, thank you. But I hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Se merecen un bizcocho.